Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Terrell. Thank you so much for stopping by Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when we are having our tea talks. So, all right, new day, new month. It's just something about this year. It's just like it's flying by. I don't know what it is, but like literally it just feels like it's flying by, at least for me. Like it's just this year so far, it just seems to be an anniversary of so many different things for me. And I'm so grateful. I'm so fortunate. I put in a video in the past, the same thing I'm about to say again, and that is you should not ever be in the same place you were the year before. You know what I'm saying? So if you were eating oodles to noodles one year, you should be on chicken by now. I mean, every day moving forward is a year from what was behind you, what was your past. And with moving beyond your past, you should want to gain things and have a life where you're proud of. You're proud of, you worked hard for it, you earned it, you deserve it, and for that, you're happy. And I think that is a really good tea talk topic for today. And I feel like when you push yourself to accomplish your goals, you do have a sense of happiness there, because if you're confident, then you're not going to walk around just just like a shell. You're gonna have some oomph into like how you roll your shoulders when you walk. Like you're going to have some emphasis on your demeanor. And what positive way could you be able to show your confidence and your happiness? Well, it's possible. A lot of people will say that it's not, it just comes with the universe. No. If it's with the universe, then that means it's going to come with context to let you know where you are on your path. And if you're happy where you are, if you're happy where you stand, if you're happy with what's going on in your life, excuse me, then you're going to see it. You're going to see it in what you put your hands on. You're going to see it in the outcome as to the people you share it with. You're going to get a result when you put in your effort. So let's talk about signs of happiness. Now, I'm a really big believer. I laugh because I'm a really big believer in appreciating what you have in the here and now. I had to learn that lesson. And now that I've learned that lesson, you can't tell me shit. I appreciate everything that I have in my life. From the lesson that I had to learn to get to where I was, it was almost as if like God had a big teddy bear behind his back, but I didn't want to give up the small one. But when I finally found that spot where I'm able to just surrender and just be like, okay, here you go. That whole entire time he reaching from behind his back to give me that bigger perspective, it's almost as if like that shit is in slow motion. Like I kid you not, like that's how it is. And so when you find that bigger and better is waiting for you, along the way migrating towards that, you will have signs of happiness. You will have signs, there will be signs, but you have to stay focused in order to see them. And anything that comes in way of your focus, you have to understand not everything that comes from a side view, a side angle, a side street, a back street, whatever. Not all side not all interruptions are motivational. You know what I'm saying? They're not always going to be related to helping you get somewhere. If people see you getting somewhere and yet they can't, I think I've already done a video on that as well. So just keep in mind that if it don't have a purpose, it won't be in your focus. So if it's coming, from an outside scope, if it's coming from a different direction, 9 times out of 10, that's just a distraction. And so I want to say that is on the list. But I feel like the first one definitely will be that your demeanor, or at the very minimum, the energy around you is very calm. Just like this. It's like very calm. I can have music on in the background. I can have lights of all tints and tones on me. I can have something going on in the other room, and like literally I'm just as cool, calm, and collected. It's busy around me, but I'm so calm it doesn't affect me. And if so happens I get busy, or if I'm in an atmosphere where everybody seems to be rushy, everyone seems to be so hyper as to getting things done, I'm still slow motion. Like, believe it or not, I grew up with a mentality of think smarter, not harder, and work smarter, not harder. It's a two-way street on that one. So while everything else seems to be moving so fast around me, everything is that mellow, not slow, but not fast. It's almost like one of those rides where you can just sightsee. That's pretty much how the vibe goes when you find a sign of happiness. It's just like, oh, okay, like everything's peaceful. No one's trying you, no one's testing you, nothing's, not so much of challenging you, but you're relaxed in your nature. That means your nature is positive, your atmosphere is positive, your air is cleansed, and that's a great place to be when you're happy, because within all of that, you're able to find bliss because you have let your past wounds heal, and you have allowed yourself to be open to new things. And that boosts your confidence, because once you're open to new things, it opens your mind, and it opens up, your knowledge. It opens up what it is that you can do physically with it. And so now you're turning into a new person. And this new person you're liking who you're becoming. So your air is calm. It's like it's just like walking into a room for the first time. Everything's different. It's a new room. You're gonna scope it out, etc. Until you get adjusted. Well, that's the same thing when you come into like a new season and you have signs that are letting you know that you're just going into a different room. So number two, I definitely feel as if like me and one of my friends back home, we used to have this saying when we were younger. It was just like, people try to make their ends meet, but we were grateful if our ends were just able to see each other. And we were so real about that, because as long as the bills are paid, no one's calling my phone about you owe, I owe, everybody owe. That's awesome. Like, that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. Like, to be able, for me to work 6-7 days a week, and I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere else that I do want to be, and it's in my passion for me to do. And then when I finally have a moment to sit down, you're worrying about bills. You don't want to have to worry about that. So when you budget accordingly, and I found that when I moved away from home to be able to go after what it is that I want to do career wise, I found that I didn't spend as much money on what it was that I used to use to like cope or take my attention away, etc. Like, I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. Like, it's interesting because My ends were just being able to see each other when I had so many different influences around me that didn't contribute to what it was what I wanted to be and what it is that I wanted to do. But when I took a stand for myself and decide that, look, this is my plan. In 3 weeks, this is what I'm doing. Point blank, period. I'm not having no discussion about it. Ain't nobody talking me out of it. Nobody's trying to give me no damn statistics as to what it is for people to succeed, not succeed. Fuck you. I'm good. This is what I'm doing. Point blank, period. If I come back here, it's just because I retired. It's not because nothing is out there for me. It's not because I'm lost. It's not because I'm homesick. It's none of that. It's just time for me to get up off of my ass mentally and physically and get some shit done. So this is what I'm doing. And when I moved, and I had a game plan before I moved, and I moved from home being Virginia, and then I moved to where I am now. I spent less money. I saved more money. And what money I did spend, I invested in what it was. So, like, it wasn't something I was going to use once. It was something that I was going to use to be able to multiply whatever else it was that I was doing as projects. So, it fed me more than it was a thing of me feeling like it's just something that I had to get, or it didn't really have a purpose for more than one thing. So I just made sense of what it was that what I had in front of me, and I overturned the negatives that most who wouldn't have any support would have died with. But I took that step of courage to be like, look, I spend less money out here doing what I need to do than being back home. I spent more money in Budweiser and Buffalo Wings than I do down here. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm copacetic and I'm appreciating this sign of happiness because it lets me know where I need to put my attention more at, and more in, and more to. When you invest your money into places where it's going to help elevate you, you will find that you won't work as hard, you won't work as much if you choose not to. And at the end of the day, you're being able to make a residual for yourself. You're being able to, let's put it like this. If you barely ate growing up as a child, are you going to let your pantry run low to dry, knowing that you work and you take care of yourself and you're well off enough to know and remember what that felt like? All right. So when it comes to you building your empire, and when it comes to you making sense of your money, when it comes to you wanting to do different, that's how you have to treat your money. Look, I'm not just going to go out here and go to the strip club and just blow my money. I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? They living the good life off of you, and you over here trying to sit here and fight and defend and keep your marriage, all because of that money that you put at that girl's feet. I don't mean no harm. I understand you got to make your money how you got to make your money, but understand the bigger picture of this. You know what I'm saying? Someone's getting rich off of you, but you still in a poorhouse. Well, when you make better decisions with your money, you will find that you won't be so hard up to have to defend and fight for everything that it is that you're risking when you're not being smart about what you're doing with your money. Don't go to no strip club if you got a whole family to take care of. Hell, your wife should be your stripper. You want to keep all this shit in-house? I got you. What? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But that is a sign of happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have financial stability. You understand what you're doing, where your money's going. You get it. You know what I'm saying? You get living on a budget don't mean that you can't ball. You just got to be smart balling. Get it? Crack myself up. Okay, so number 3, I definitely say is self-worth. When you know what you stand for, I say this time and time again, when you know what you stand for, you're not with the BS. You are just like, look, step to me like this because this is how I will step to you. And if so happens the golden rule is what we supposed to go by, it about to get real unprofessional and disrespectful. Try me. So when you know your worth, and even then, like, throw folks off when it comes to when you say try me, because they be ready to fight. No, just walk off. Just walk off. Like, how could you take, so like, yo, just no, don't nobody got time for all this. In the words of my dad, I'm too old to be acting foolish. So, and I spend lots of money on what it is that I wear, what it is that I invest in, what it is that I push out, because a lot of my stuff is in-house. So I ain't about to tear none of my shit up all because you feel like you reckoned. Girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you keep your happiness. That is a distraction. And with that being a distraction, it's also like a pop quiz. So when you know your self-worth, what you need to say is short and sweet, and you keeping it pushing, because time is everything. And now that you're happy, you know that you're happy, you're not gonna let anybody just come in like Wolverine and slash at it. You're not with it. So that's that one. Number 4, I would feel like a sign of happiness is the fact of the things that used to hurt you really bad, they no longer affect you as much. It's like it went from a straight up like scab to just like a scar. It healed with time. And you will find that, you'll slowly be opening up and coming into that season, kind of like tulips. They come into that season where they slowly open up. Well, we go through that stage, but that's great because that's you moving forward, understanding that happiness does take a while, and it can be a very slow process, but you appreciate it more when you're going through a slower process than you just speeding through everything. We don't know everything, we're not perfect. So with a sign of happiness, definitely just it goes right back to that vibe of just being peaceful. There's a tranquility about you, there's a serenity about you, and you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you appreciate what you went through, and for you to go through what you went through and make it through on the other side, you are not only humble, mellow, and you're serene, but you're grateful. And someone that's grateful, that changes your altitude. So if you were in the hood last year, you ain't in the hood no more. Your gratitude changed your altitude. And now you're experiencing happiness on a different level. So now you just got to remember, what you decide to inhale and filter at this point is completely up to you. You have utter control right now. So you ain't got to have a lot of people all up in your ear. You just need enough to know that, you're surrounded by loved ones that won't infect you. And sometimes it's good just to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, pigeons flock together. Their arms, their wings are not strong enough. So therefore they flock how they do. So that way when their wings get tired, someone up underneath them is still carrying them. But eagles don't have that issue. You may see an eagle or two together, but they always soar alone. So they see things higher up, and pigeons can't do that. So one complained about life, the other conquered it. I figured out which one you are. So be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that link down below. Hit that bell down below. Leave me a comment down below. And I will see you soon. Kisses. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of nigga, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slapping 20s, lots of tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne Drake and going in.